Go.
Hi. This speech that I wrote is entitled Alcohol and the Social Penetration Theory. Since the discovery of the process of fermenting yeast, which breaks down its sugar into alcohol, man has had a love affair with alcohol. We drink alcohol for almost every occasion. We drink when we're celebrating a victory. We drink when we're mourning the loss of a loved one. We drink socially among friends, and we sometimes drink when one needs a little liquid courage to get ourselves out of our comfort zone. Ancient Germanic tribesmen would hold council with alcohol because they felt that men could not lie convincingly under the influence of alcohol. Alcohol plays a pivotal role in the social penetration theory for breaking down the proverbial wall that we as humans put up for self-preservation. The social penetration theory attempts to explain the area of social bonding among various types of couples. Erwin Altman and Dallas Taylor in 1973 developed this theory for the process of relationship bonding whereby individuals move from superficial communication to a more intimate communication. Altman and Taylor believe that people's relationships vary tremendously in their social penetration. My work background is in medical sales. I sell spine and orthopedic surgical implants for a spine company. I've been in sales now for over 10 years, and in these 10 years of selling this equipment, I've been taught and I have learned through experience that using alcohol is a great tool for penetrating a potential client's proverbial wall that he might have when taking a meeting with someone like me. I almost always take a new potential client out to a quiet bar that serves food so that when we get there, my opening line will start something like this. Thank you very much for taking the time to meet with me so that I can show you the latest technology in our spinal implants. But before we dive into that, what are you drinking? I've learned that if we get a couple of drinks in us, it can soften the doctor's onion layer. Thus, we can build camaraderie and hopefully he can be more susceptible to my sales pitch. I mentioned onion layer earlier. Altman and Taylor use this onion layer analogy when explaining how humans have layers of self-disclosure. The outer layers of the onion are our public image, or that which is available to the naked eye. And the deeper you peel back the layers of the onion, the more intimate self-disclosing information you will find out about that person. Information that isn't readily disclosed to unfamiliar people. In my experience, doctors tend to have a God complex and usually hate taking meetings with medical sales representatives. They feel that they went to a medical school for 8 years, put in all the hard work, graduated, and now are the alpha and omega of the operating room. To have to take time out of his hectic work schedule to take a meeting with some young rep that barely has a 4-year degree and went to 6 months of instruments training workshops is almost insulting to him. Most initial meetings I have with doctors are usually canceled the day of. It is very hard to penetrate their outer walls so that I can get to them first and foremost and get them to trust me and then listen with an open mind to what I have to say and sell. In all my successes and in failures with meetings, I know alcohol helps with building camaraderie. Under the effects of alcohol, people tend to loosen up, lower their inhibitions, and become more open and susceptible to self-disclosure. About a year ago, I was asked to approach a new spine physician that had recently graduated from medical school and was hired by a surgery center here in Houston. I asked about him to a few of the doctors in his group that I had already developed relationships with. They mentioned that he was a Scotch drinker. I took that information and asked the new physician to meet me for a quick drink at a downtown bar later that week. The night of the meeting, I ordered a Johnny Walker neat and asked him, "What's your poison?" He immediately grinned and replied, "Same for me." Just through that small, insignificant ordering of Scotch, he almost immediately softened up and started talking to me about Scotch and every brand he's tried. what brands he's owned, and distilleries he wants to visit when he gets vacation time. We self-disclosed for almost 2 hours before beginning the actual sales meeting. Needless to say, we developed a friendship that day, and now he uses my company for certain spine procedures. He even referred some of his colleagues and medical school friends to me. Another way alcohol plays a pivotal role in the social penetration theory is in my social life. When I go out on weekends with my friends and family, looking to unwind from the long week of school and work, I'm currently taking 18 upper-level college hours and am working 30 hours a week. I have a lot of responsibilities on my plate with work and school. If I fail to order and have the correct instruments delivered by a specific time to a hospital, I literally endanger the life of a patient. It is a heavy weight on my shoulders, and adding 18 hours of college on top of that completely kills all hope of a social life. Although I am in sales and have to exude my confidence on a daily basis, I am an extremely shy person. I'm 35 years old, recently single, and want to find someone meaningful and hopeful to get married and start a family with. The clock is ticking. In a sober, social setting, I tend to stay quiet and not self-disclose too much about myself. However, when I socially drink with friends, coworkers, and family, I'm a different person. I'm more personable, more approachable, and definitely more outgoing. Alcohol gives me the liquid courage to take chances to approach attractive and interesting women in bars and other social events. Approaching a girl in a bar has got to be one of the hardest, most nerve-wracking rite of passages for any man. The unknowing reaction of a woman is usually too crippling for most men. I've asked several women out over the years, both strangers and friends, and most agree that they aren't approached as often as they'd like to be in social settings. When I asked why they thought that might be, they usually respond with, "They probably think I have a boyfriend," or maybe they think I'll embarrass them if I say no. So I use this knowledge to my advantage. I'll have a drink or two to relax, let my troubles ease, and then start opening up about my hard day in the operating room and even become more open and consoling to others about their troubles. My onion layer softens, allowing me to feel more comfortable about self-disclosing to a stranger or a girl I've just met. Since the creation of alcohol some 8,000 years ago, men has used it for every occasion, both personal and social. It has been used as a tool during the writing of world treaties. It has been used to open the lines of communication between two parties, and it has been used for both good and bad intentions. Early humans used it as a truth serum, and today, people like me use it to grease the wheels of communication and to assist in self-disclosure. When trying to meet women, men use it to feel more confident and use alcohol to break down the proverbial wall women have built up around them, thus penetrating their onion layer to get a more intimate, personal level of trust. We also use alcohol as a tool, a social lubricant, to grease the wheels of the corporate world. Thank you.